Welcome back to your Ultimate Team. I'm Brianstormed, and it's been a while since we had an episode in this series. I'm currently 71-4-2, which is different from the record that I ended off with last episode. When I was starting up the new episode, like a month or so ago, I had players like All-Star Game Voracek and Tavares, and I was planning on reviewing them for your Ultimate Team. I did about half the season in one day, didn't really feel like playing anymore, so I let it go. A bunch of stuff happened, and then all of a sudden, it's Team of the Year, and I'm like, do I even want to review these guys anymore when they're kind of like outdated, or maybe you guys just don't care about them anymore? So we're back with the Big Boys edition of your Ultimate Team. Going to talk about which players we're going to review in a second, but I ended up finishing off that season just so that I can start a brand new season for this video with the Big Boys. I'm 71-4-2. So I won the 8 games, but I ended up, I think, losing 2 in overtime, which is why I'm now 71-4-2. So the Big Boys edition means we're going to be reviewing Team of the Year cards, and not just any Team of the Year cards. I chose the 3 biggest players that I could get Team of the Year wise. That's going to be Team of the Year Blake Wheeler, Team of the Year Chara, and we're going to use this Hut Stars 99 overall Hedman card, but you can also use his Team of the Year card there because I think they have the same stats, just with different synergies. We're going to review these guys because I believe that these guys are the best cards you could possibly get due to their size and speed. We activated all 5 team synergies in addition to some player synergies like Clutch Player and Rocket Skates. We did that with the help of Jonas Hiller, the backup goalie, Team of the Year card here. And let's get started with Game 1 against Shafts. Is he the one that's going to be doing the shafting? Is he going to show me the shafts? Am I going to be shafted? I don't know. But to start things off, he gets shafted with a great shot not going in. And immediately after, I smash him into the boards and get a major penalty for boarding. I just got finished with playing EA Sports Hockey League, so I was kind of still in that mode. He's able to score immediately right after. And in EA Sports Hockey League, you can freely board people and not get penalties for it. So, yeah, don't know what I was doing and why I was doing that. But it puts me down a man for 5 straight minutes, and it also put me down by 2 goals thanks to this great ricochet that ends up shafting me pretty hard. While I was still on a penalty kill, I end up getting another penalty to pretty much get me a man down for 7 minutes, but he gets one back. So we're on a 4-on-4, and then we have a 2-on-2 developing here. Quick pass for the one-timer, and we're back into the game. Second period, after all those shenanigans, we're hoping for a fresh start. Bishop just decides to come out and play this puck. And unbelievably, it does not find its way into the back of the net as he just ends up shafting himself by stopping that shot. Unfortunate for him, but what's more unfortunate is this stick to the face that ends up happening immediately after, putting me on a 4-minute power play, and from there, it was just all me for the rest of this game as I score a goal off a breakaway when he goalie dives me, and then here I get a couple of nice opportunities. Accidentally passed it to the goalie as a rebound, but that's okay because the passes that come after ended up in my favor. And then another one here, another breakaway. He goes for the desperation save. I'm up by 2. 10 minutes left in the third, and he still can't do anything. Gets another penalty and ends up rage quitting, the first rage quit of the night. And there's gonna be plenty more where that came from, where I think out of all the wins that I had, all but one of them ended up being rage quits. We got the big Hedmanino on the jersey select screen, taking up pretty much the whole screen with his size. I like how if you slow it down, you can get the exact moment he just disappears into thin air and then reappears like a ghost. Because he graced us with his presence on the jersey select screen, I think we're going to do a review on Hedman right now, just after the first game. Generally, I'm not a fan of big guys if they're not maxed out. The reason for that is big guys tend to be slower skaters. You can see that in their stats. If you took like base Victor Hedman or base Chara, their skating is significantly worse than the rest of their stats. That's why we tend to avoid big players when their overalls aren't very high, but we come back to them when they're near maxed out, because the big players have the longer sticks, the longer reaches, the bigger bodies, so they don't lose the puck as easily, and they're able to play way better defense for you than shorter players with the same stats. And it showed, because Hedman was an absolute monster on defense. He is very difficult to get through when you're the opposing forward just trying to get across the blue line, and he's just sitting there waiting for you, ready to take the puck or ready to lay a big hit on you. If you have the team synergies, which you should have if you're buying a card of this caliber, he's got maxed out skating, so he's going to skate just as well as the smaller guys, which we proved in a previous video talking about does height and weight affect speed and skating. Defensively in your zone, I think there's nothing he can't do. If it's an AI, he will always make the best play. Very tough to get by, like I said. And when you're in control, it just feels like you have set up a blockade, and your opponent pretty much has to take a detour when they see Victor Hedman. If you're getting the Hut Stars card, his synergy is not that great. Whereas his Team of the Year card, you'll be able to fill out way more synergies with a total of 15 synergy points compared to 8 here. I'd say his only drawback is really offensively with his shooting accuracy, 91 slap shot, 91 wrist shot, which isn't bad, and I'm sure you'll score a lot of goals still, but don't expect goals every time you shoot with him. I would still highly recommend picking up this card, whether it's his Hut Stars card or his Team of the Year card. He will be absolutely amazing for you. You can pick him up for a total of 550,000 coins on the Xbox at the time of this video. Hut Stars will probably go for a little bit less, but he's very tough to find on the marketplace, so that's why his price may fluctuate between like 400k to 600k. If you find him cheaper than that, then he is absolutely a steal. Let's get some more gameplay going as we go up against the blue and gold of the Magic Sauce. First period, we're going to show off a lot of defensive plays in this game between the big boys. Hedman on the right, Chara on the left. Look at how difficult it is for my opponent to get by them, as they seem to just take up all of the ice. Big sticks means you can reach them from a lot further away. I'm sure they have big dicks to go along with that as well. You know, it's proportional to the size. We gotta show off some math here. And from so far away, we get this one-timer. See, it all came together. This guy was an interesting guy because he could not get by my defense, and then when he finally did, he realized, man, all I can do is take D-to-D one-timers, so that was pretty much him for the rest of this game. Here we go in with the final big guy, Blake Wheeler. We don't score, that's okay. He picks up the puck, gives me a nice present to Niedermeyer. We pass it to Sidler. Not exactly how we drew it up, but we'll take it. Later in the game, nice passes, but not many great scoring opportunities until we pass this back to Chara in the middle, who blasts one, but doesn't go in. He ends up missing the net, thanks to his great shooting accuracy, but then finally, we get it done. I want to do a replay of this pass here, because when I get it to the right to Tavares, I'm spamming up on the right stick, trying to shoot it and aiming it to the right. For some reason, though, he just wasn't interested in shooting it as soon as he got it, so when I realized he wasn't shooting it, I decided to change my aim to the left, and I continued spamming up on the right stick so that when he shot, he aimed to the left and scored at the empty net there instead of the empty net on the right. Nice and easy passes towards the end of the second period, and he ends up rage quitting, and that is number 2 of the night. Bionic Bunnies is up next, possibly made from Bionicles. I'm gonna guess that this is what I was up against. Not sure how something like that ends up playing hockey, but I don't judge around here. This game is gonna be nice, quick, and easy. As we get this to 99 overall Hedman, who's just going to be doing all the work here, going right in until he changes his mind, gives it to Voracek, who doesn't want to finish it. That's okay. We score a breakaway goal like we always do, and then late in the first period, here comes the second goal, and nice and easy one-timer again, and he ends up quitting right after that. What else you want me to say? That's the third rage quit already. Destar or Destur 99 is my next opponent, and if you're wondering how I got eliminated in the $100,000 tournament like 2 weeks ago, it's because of a connection like this, where every time he's just in my zone, the game just freezes up and it feels like I can't do anything. I'm forced to just sit there and facepalm as I think he's playing the game while I'm not. Somehow, some way we have to get through this though. I wasn't able to do it in the $100,000 tournament, but in this game, a nice, really nice goal by Giroux starts things off. Chara going in, loses the puck as I get very fortunate for Bure picking up that puck. Doesn't score on the breakaway, but then he leaves me all alone in front of the net, and then just easy backhand seals the deal. We get a man from the box as we finish killing off a penalty. We do a few little moves, and he just walks out of the way for me, allowing me to get this breakaway, and I go up by 3. The big man Hedman goes up with half a spin. I see him switching the goalie. I know what he's going to do. Somehow, someway, I don't end up flipping the puck over his goalie. Big boys edition also means big hits edition. We get a Hedman hit, we get a McDonald hit, and he ends up rage quitting for 4 in a row. Providence Bruins pretending to be the Boston Bruins by using their logo. Someone should report that's illegal or something. Not feeling that opportunity with Wheeler, so instead I was going for the cross crease one-timer. Doesn't work out as we cycle this puck around, get it deep along the boards as we go for the puck. He gets it back, but we're going to strip the puck away from him, and I like what I did here, but it doesn't end up turning into a goal. Off the face-off, we're going to win this. We're just going to launch it across, and then launch it towards the net with this one-timer. Since I felt like I was a little bit closer to the middle, I was going to aim left instead of right, and that's exactly what happens. He gets a great opportunity here, but my Bishop stones him. Stones that one-timer and keeps it a 1-0 game. I like this play too. We get it to Chara. We fake this shot since I didn't have a lane, and then I shot it. Doesn't go in as it hits Bure instead, but his backhand was also pretty deadly. This was a great upcoming shot by me as well as we go across the blue line. Get it to McKinnon, who launches it far side. 2 minutes left in the first, and he is just being such a great guy, giving me this puck, giving me this breakaway. And I decide, why don't I go for the animation breakaway? And it's just as easy as that. First time doing it in an actual game, and it's very successful. In his zone, looking for a lane here. Voracek left wide open in the slot. Easy one-timer. Even though this was 4 goals later, I believe this is also a rage quit. Just, he gave up after 8 instead of after 4. After that game, Fun Crazy Jake is going to show us his one-timers just like his team name implies. This was a weirdly defensive game where it just felt like the puck wanted to come loose every time anyone touched the puck, and it went both ways, not just against me, but also against him. He was pretty ballsy with his poke checks. He loved to poke check from behind, as I'm going to show you a lot later, and it worked out in his favor. For 15 minutes, nothing really too crazy happened as I go up on the power play. We're going to get this to another big man in Burns, and he's just going to launch a slap shot to the left, but it misses the net. We give the puck to him as we're on the defense now. He does a stop-and-go-like play, passes it down low, and even though Bishop makes the save, it still finds a way into the back of the net. But just seeing like crazy bounces like this was pretty rough, as he just barely bumps into Chara. Chara loses it, so then he's able to get a pass like that for a breakaway, which Bishop is able to bail me out on. This play kind of just showcases how he was just spamming the poke checks because he didn't have a plan. He just pressed that right bumper down as much as he could, and now he got penalized for it. But that didn't seem to happen as often as you think. Another case here, we're in his offensive zone. We pass the puck in deep once more, and Sittler just barely gonna get bumped, knocked off the puck, and we go the other way. And right here, I'm able to make him lose the puck, but he's able to get it right back, where eventually it just turns into a one-timer and goes between Bishop's legs. Pretty rough game as he's up by 2 goals now in the third period. Early in the third, he went behind the net, passed it to the front. Great one-timer from him here. Now I gotta get myself back into this game. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna strip the puck away from him finally and get a nice and slow pass that goes by everyone and gives me that breakaway. With 2 minutes left, a nice big hit starts things off. And look at this pass that's gonna come from Wheeler in deep. Goalie had no chance. Unfortunately, not able to dig myself out of that hole that I created, as he ends up getting an insurance marker with a few seconds left in the game, and he gets the W. Since we lost, we should take a break and review Chara, who is on the community Team of the Year, and he is very much like a Hedman, just with a worse shot. As I mentioned in a previous video, without rocket skates, probably wouldn't recommend this card, but with rocket skates, it gives him a much needed skating boost, bringing him up to 97 acceleration, 97 speed. And again, we found out in a previous video that 1 or 2 points in the skating stats don't actually make a huge difference on the ice. Your card's not going to get burned that easily, and to the naked eye, it'll appear as if they're going the same speed. This card obviously doesn't have a whole lot of 99s just like Hedman, so is going to be considerably weaker than that card, but he has the height advantage on him being 3 inches taller. So again, the things to watch out for would be his shot. 89 slap shot accuracy, 87 wrist shot accuracy is pretty bad. You can get a lot of gold base cards that have better shooting accuracy than that, but as long as the power's at 99, right? Passing and puck control at 93 kind of hurts him a little bit as well. And discipline at 80 is probably the worst, as he'll get penalties much easier than your other guys. Regardless, it's very tough to get by him as well. You can buy him for 210,000 coins, and I would still highly recommend having him on your team. Just don't use him as a forward. You're crazy. Now we can shake off that loss and move on to our winning ways against Italy swag. Hedman's going to start things off by absolutely wrecking that guy on the top left corner, and then Wheeler going in on the top right. A one-timer from long distance, and then hitting home the rebound truly makes this a big boy edition of your ultimate team. We score that goal and then move on. A quick pass to the right as we push into the offensive zone. He's aggressive. We pass it across. Really patient with this shot, and a nice finish to top it off. I kind of want to see an instant replay of that, just because of how sexy the shot was and how the puck just goes all around the net. You may not have wanted to see that again, but that's too bad, because I did. 3-0 as he's going to show some life in him, as I'm on the power play and I push up 3 guys on 1 dude, hoping that I could force a breakaway. It doesn't happen. He gets this one-timer across, makes it 3-1. Here we're going to strip the puck away from him and look at Sittler with this windmill deke getting by just like butter. And that's pretty much going to end the game from him. There's no coming back from that. Red, yellow, green bar dude is up next. Kind of looked away at the wrong time. Had no idea the connection of this game was going to be bad. That's okay. We make it work. It actually ended up being not as bad as expected either. We're going to make quick work of him, however, as a minute into the game, D-to-D one-timer finds its way into the back of the net with Hedman. A few minutes later, we get by this first guy and then can't believe that this one-timer didn't go in. So he's nice enough to give us back the puck, and I decided, you know what? No. That puck is gonna go into that net and stay in there, as it's 2-0 now. Finally, we go in and throw the puck on net for no reason. He ends up just passing it back out to me. He obviously just wanted me to score 1 more, just so that he can rage quit sooner. Last game of the night. Assuming I win, of course. But if you look at how much time's left in the video, I don't know. We'll see. The game just starts, and he strips me down like some kind of TSA agent at the airport. Random selection, my ass. He embarrasses me as I control the goalie and scores the first one. He plays a little too aggressively right after, giving me this easy breakaway to tie it at 1. Then he's just gifting me goals like it's my birthday, where this really clean one-timer that didn't happen yet, but don't worry, it's coming up right here. Nothing but net. Goalie had no chance. You know, except if it was that other goalie that just robbed me completely blind, but not the point. 3-0, we pass it back, not the right dude. That's okay, it's still a goal. My Burra ends up losing his stick, so he's really deep up there. We do another slow pass, giving us a breakaway. Felt like being fancy, doesn't go in until he touches the puck again, and then he just threw it into my own net like a really good guy. Another rage quit, 4-1. And that's going to end our season as we go 8-1-0. Now our record is 79-5-2. We still have another big boy to review, and that's going to be Blakey. The defensive team of the year, which you can pick up for about $380K. Unlike the other big boys, Blakey has maxed out shooting accuracy, which means he'll find the target pretty often. It was really fun using his size to forecheck and backcheck, dangle my way into his zone, and just generally win a lot of puck battles due to his size. There aren't really any negatives that I can say about him. Low discipline, again, similar to Chara, but way higher than his. And since he's going to be one of the tallest forwards available for you during Team of the Year, that's why I would highly recommend that you pick him up if you're trying to create the best team possible, because he's one of the best players available. That'll do it for this week's Your Ultimate Team. What can you expect when I'm rating Team of the Year cards? There's not going to be many or any negatives unless we're talking cost and you guys can't really afford them. Then that could be a problem. But you can play the market, make coins just like I do, and afford these guys without any trouble. As the year winds down, these players should be cheaper and cheaper until the new NHL comes out. So if you don't have the coins for them now, but you're maybe halfway there or pretty close to it, just wait a little bit and then purchase them in a few weeks. I apologize for the delay on this video and not reviewing the players that you guys sent me, but let me tell you, Voracek on defense, Tavares as a center, all-star game Tavares, they're amazing cards. Not as amazing as the Team of the Year cards, but they do a whole lot of work. They're very cheap as well, which is why I would recommend picking them up as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to let me know in the comments who you want me to review next, and I'll be sure to do that in the next Your Ultimate Team.